Hello, hello, hello. Where are we all going? Let me just get some things organised just here. And we shall be up and going. Hello, where are you all going? Thank you very much for joining me. And honour as always to bring you Choo Choo Tuesdays. Our main event, traditional Tuesday live streaming here at Australia Worldwide Gaming. And you're with the Aussie Don, the winner of this week's Train Simulator Classic Screenshot Contest. Hey! Yes, welcome aboard, and thank you very much for joining me. And yes, there is, I won the screenshot competition. Finally, I got one. I got it on Train Simulator. So, now all I need to do is win it on Train Sim World. So anyway, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for joining me. We have a lovely show lined up for you tonight. And we have, where is the West Cornwall local? Here it is. All right, so we have a lovely stream lined up. There is the Train SimWorld screenshot contest winner for this week. And with the Class 40 and 47 on the Northern Transpennine. Very nicely done. All right. So this is a Creators Club scenario, and we hope you enjoy. Okay. Some action in here. Okay, got the line. We are on third rail. And here it is. Here it is, folks.
Not in service, I don't think so.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have access to any of that. So they got an announcement and all that. They can actually still, put that in. Alright, let's get those on. Hello to my regulars out there that are watching today. And hello to everybody, if you're new to our YouTube channel, welcome aboard. Okay. So, cross country, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Creators Club scenario. And I don't have the person's name for this one, but anyway. It is classified as penance, I think it is, to Manchester. Lovely doubly. Stand clear, doors closing. It's the first time I'm taking a 395, pardon me, on this route. G'day, Philby. So yeah, I am your week 6 screenshot competition winner for Train Sim Classic. Very, very happy. So I finally got one with the Northeast Corridor with the Hell's Gate Bridge. took a trip on the Northeast Corridor earlier today, actually, with the Acela. And we done some Brighton mainline train sim world action earlier today as well. And I was on late last night with around an hour and a half of action on the Southeastern High Speed. I did a decent one earlier too. Was it an hour and a half last night? I think it was an hour and a half earlier today. I did a fair bit of action over the last 24 hours. I'm in a train mood. Yes. Scenario planner, railway guy. Yeah, this is from the Creators Club. Yeah, had to pick up. It tells you what Locos paint jobs and who they are from to pick up for the scenario. I'm not sure if I've actually picked up all of them. I know I've picked up this one. This one's definitely. Got the right. I wasn't too sure if I actually got the right cross city. I actually got a couple of designs just in case. But yeah. Yeah, scenario, Creators Club scenario. Off the rails, whatever you want to call it. Hey, I don't mind whatever you call it. I just call it the Creators Club scenario. It's basic. Never taken it on here before. Actually, I've taken a HST on here, but I've never taken this bad boy on here. I thought this would actually suit this route, actually, this particular Loco. I thought, oh, this is a pretty decent train to drive. It'll feel like this route has come to age, driving this thing. So it's got a lot of history on this route, hasn't it? It's we know for a fact that this is part of the Western Main Line. This is all part of the region. If you put them all together on through Just Trains, it turns out to be one mega route. It ends up going to London Paddington. That's the Train Simulator. I do apologise, there has been a bit of lag today. I don't know what's been going on. The last couple streams have been lagging up a bit for me. I haven't changed any settings or anything, I just, yeah. Can everyone hear me nice and clearly? Everyone's can hear the game nice and clearly. See if I can get up over this bridge just here. There we go. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the train sounds can be a little bit overpowering on the ear. It's probably one of the reasons why I don't like to have the windows open. Even though this one, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, that's the wrong button, Mr. Godfather. Okay, there are all the stops, ladies and gentlemen. So we have all of those on there. And obviously we're going all the way to the end. Very nice, very nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, there's more than 5 stops. It says there's 5 stops. Hello, you mispronounced that one, mister. Alright, hey, I don't mind. Let's stop it. Is that an all-stop service now? What else did I say I got on the menu tonight? East Coast Way and, oh yeah, Brandon Molenberg. I think that's tonight's lineup. I'll have to double check that actually, because yeah, I've set my lineup for tomorrow night too. So. Yep, and once again, the passengers just want to stand there and not jump on the train. Yep, that'll be right. Let's just close those doors now and you can stay there then, fine. No worries then, no worries. Sound is good. Just ignore that not in service action, folks. Obviously, it has that for. It doesn't recognise it. Obviously, this is off the rails. I know the HSTs run down through here. In reality. I know for a fact that these don't. Can we say yet? Because you never know. Look at the beach over there. Collector's item there actually. Let's jump out of the train and go and grab it. Oh, I'll have some ice cream. Thank you for that. What's so funny there looking for Locos? Hey, I'll take some bags, thank you very much. I think I got the collectibles on this side actually. If I remember rightly, I got them on here last time. Come through. Bonjour. Oh, that was last night. Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah, definitely. When they get a license for them, yeah. It's like anything, you know, I want West Coast Mainline, and, yeah. I want them to put in the lures for the timetable for the new NEC route, because at the moment, it's bullshit. 283 services. Come on. 283 services for the new NEC. Come on, folks. Where's Joe? Where's Joe when we need him, folks, for the timetable? Can we get Joe to build the timetable for every route from now on, so we can get all our routes, all the big routes like Northeast Corridor? Come on, it's a busy route. We need more than 283 services. We need the lures. All right, they're going to show up in the scenarios for the new NEC New York to Trenton, but are they showing in the timetable? No. Go and look at the thread in the forums, folks, and look how many people that have put the poll voting. Over 80% of us want it to be addressed. You had this paint job? Yep. Everyone keeps saying I'm calling it a library when it's clearly a livery. I just call them a paint job. Saying I could call it a comeback, just like a certain NFL team, but yes, and I can imagine if we threw that on the Dovetail forums, that they would ban us straight away as well. And I don't need that being, yeah. Don't need that. Yeah, I'm over the moon, folks. I finally got a screenshot contest win. Train Sim Classic, so that works out good. Probably actually prefer winning it on Train Sim Classic. The photo I actually won it with, that was from, I took that photo on a live stream last year. So there you go. So that's been sitting in my gallery for a while. I don't have photos for Train Simulator. Ooh, I got tons of them. Same with Train Sim World. What train's that? Well, class 2 to 2. I could do the put back in the game North Wales. I think you're talking. Are you talking about the Class 90 or the Panalina, or is it the 222? Oh, the Supervisor. Yeah, I know the West Coast Aventi, I think it is. Vachi or some weird name. I know they're Italian. I actually got North London and Goblins line planned for all aboard next Monday, or this next Monday coming. That was voted by the community, so that's coming up for sure. Definitely won't be throwing a Super Voyager on the North London Goblin line. That's not built for mine. Like a throw one on the West Coast main line, East Coast main line, I suppose I could throw it on the Phase 4 of the West Coast main line if I wanted to as well. Now to Thompson. I could do Trent Valley. I could throw it on any of them actually. Over Sharp. I might actually put it on there. It's on the wish list there, looking for Locos. I've put it up on my files just here. I'll plan a Super Voyager trip, and yeah, I got a few options for routes there. Even if I throw it off the rails, it definitely won't be going to another country or anything like that. I won't throw it. I always have respect for certain. Like, I know I can do it, but I don't really want to throw, like, say for instance, you don't want to throw an Amtrak onto the London commuter. Main line, you know what I mean? It's on a world tour. Relax, it's the 50th anniversary, it's going on a world tour. British Rail's like, hey, get that American shit off here. No, I'm joking. It'll be like, oh no, it's not our fault. The Amtrak decided to hop on a balloon and fly over. I'm joking. Camborne coming up. Let me get that live chat up and going. Actually, it's only on top chat at the moment. My apologies there. Now it's on the live chat. Yeah, I was quite surprised I won the train simulator competition. I sort of had a feeling leading 24 hours into it, towards the end of it, I thought, I think I might win this. I wasn't counting my chickens though. But yeah, I was thinking, I'm going to win this. I was in front by 1 at the time. But yeah, I actually got second place as well. My other photo got second place. So... because yeah, all the others had, there was like 2 photos had 4 likes, and my other Hell's Gate Bridge one had 5 likes, and the one that won it had 6. But I can understand why it did, because I was sort of in the background was the New York skyline. And there was another bridge in the background of the Hell's Gate Bridge. So, probably honest, I wasn't surprised. But yeah, I can see I inspired a few others also to get amongst the vote for Hell's Gate Bridge. Because look, it was the only obvious choice, in my opinion, to go with. When they were talking landmarks, I'm thinking, well, what landmark sort of stands out in Train Simulator? Oh, yeah, the Hell's Gate Bridge. Hello, it's got a rich history. The history of it, if you're not aware, folks, is that the design of the Hell's Gate Bridge, and I've talked about this the last few days, and I continue to talk about it for people that are coming along here for the first time, don't know the history of the Hell's Gate Bridge and the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Because I live in Sydney, folks. I'm here in Sydney, Australia. And I've watched this bridge here in Sydney go off with fireworks over 25 times. And that's over 20, you know, I'm 40 years old, and I've watched many, many fireworks displays, the Millennium, the closing ceremony, Olympic Games, and you name it. So, yeah, the history is that, I got a damn bloody fly in the building. The history is with the Hell's Gate Bridge that the designer of the Hell's Gate Bridge was met by the guy that designed the Sydney Harbour Bridge, that built the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and there was a handshake agreement between the two for confirmation that he could use the design to build our bridge here in Sydney. And as you know, our bridge in Sydney, their one is like a reddish, rusty colour, and our one is silver, dark, blackish colour, with brownish stones on each side of it, like a pylons, obviously. And the difference is obviously our bridge is longer and it's bigger than the Hell's Gate Bridge, and also our one launches fireworks off it and underneath it and whatnot, and on the sides of it. God knows what. It only does it on one side of the bridge for the simple fact the other side of the bridge has got all piping and stuff, so that's why they don't do fireworks on each side of it. But yeah, get this, folks. They paint the Sydney Harbour Bridge all year round, 24 hours. Not 24 hours, but they paint the bridge all year round. There's painters on the bridge all the time. And yeah, so it continues to get maintenance on it. But yeah, that's what inspired me. You know, first ever time I seen it in a train simulator game, simulation game was Train Simworld with the original TSW, and I absolutely, my jaw dropped the first ever time I seen it. I'm like, am I in Sydney? And I thought, what is this bridge called? And so I looked right into it. Looked right into it. And I've come across this documentary on it. It's actually on, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. But yeah, I came across the documentary. It was about 25, 30 minutes long. I watched the whole thing. I watched the history of it. And learned a lot about the river as well underneath it and everything, how the theory is gold underneath the bridge. And a lot of people have drowned underneath the bridge, and that's why it's known as the Hell's Gate Bridge. And apparently this was before the bridge was actually built. That was the case. Apparently there was gold under the bridge, and a lot of people drowned under the bridge, and that's why they call it the Hell's Gate Bridge, because hell, basically it's hell on earth, you know, trying to get to the goal. So I'm not sure if that was the reason why it was called the Hell's Gate Bridge, but that's what it's known as. So yeah, it was good to finally win one. I didn't think I was going to win it with the bridge that inspired our bridge here in Australia. So, you know, we have a great connection with New York. Sydney and New York have a great connection with that particular, you know, the design. So I have entered the competition this week again. I've put the Glasgow subway one on there just outside of the workshop, and yeah, I've put that photo up there this week. You can go and like it at the forums if you want to, but to be honest, there's another dude there that actually has a very, very nice one. He's got I think it's 3 British Rail ones inside the shed, and it's a great photo. It's a really good photo. It's actually, I put on there, this is a great photo. I'd like to see this win it. And you know what, I'll be honest with you guys, when I see a great photo of Train Sim World, Train Simulator, I'm like, that one needs to win this and be be on the loading screen, because it's really cool. So if you see Train Simulator throughout the week, if you play it throughout the week, you'll be like, hey, there's Australia Worldwide Game. There's the Aussie Don, the Godfather. And I've been trying for weeks to win it. Finally got one. Otherwise we'll go over there and check anyway. Oh, no. Then I've already seen that Queensland train before, Chris. I think I did a live stream with it before. But yeah, next Tuesday I'm probably not going to be on actually next Tuesday, because I might be going in for a sleep to get ready for the big launch. Because yeah, I'm planning to go long for the launch of the Northeast Corridor, Trenton to New York, as well as the Acela, and yeah, we got that freight stuff as well. So I'm not going to do the freight stuff on launch, but well, I will on launch day, but I'm going to be doing it on the midweek Water Trains episode next week. It is going to be a big blockbuster, probably I'll go 3-4 hours next week on midweek Water Trains. So yeah, I'm not sure. Probably next Tuesday, I'll probably end up doing the stream anyway, folks. Knowing me, I'll probably do the stream, but I'm going to be going to sleep straight after it, because yeah, I've got to get up 3 a.m. the launch, download it. It'll probably take a bit longer because there's a lot more involved with it this time. Obviously, I've got to download the Acela. I've got to download the Northeast Corridor. I haven't even pre-ordered it yet. Reason why? I haven't been paid till Friday, and I don't need to pre-order it yet. You know, why would I almost pay $80 and let it sit there for how long? I spoke to a guy called Max earlier today. He's on the forum actually talking about he's actually cancelled his pre-order actually for the Northeast Corridor, and I'll probably safe to say that hey, if he wants to do that, that's his choice. He's always welcome to come here. I'm definitely not going to be cancelling it. I'm a streamer, so am I looking forward to the Northeast Corridor return? Yeah, all right. But I am with everybody else. I want to see the LERS added into the New York Penn station on the timetable, not just on the scenarios. Would I like to see CSX freight stuff along the sides in some of the hauling yards and that? Yes. So Scott Rail Express is on sale, apparently on Xbox. So is there an Xbox sale going on at the moment? I find that very strange that that's actually dropped price. That's what's that? That's a 10% discount, isn't it? I find that really weird though that it's actually. Wouldn't be worth it anyway, knowing that the DLCs are coming out next week. The Acela is more going to be appealing to everybody. The NEC New York to Trenton, to be honest. I know a lot of people are probably looking forward to New Jersey Transit adding to it as well, but I think, yeah, the Acela's been something that the player has been looking forward to for quite a long time. Do expect a download update as well to the game between, I'll be safe to say, now and launch. There's a collectible in that castle as well, folks. I haven't gotten that yet, but I know there's one in there. I think it's ice cream, if I remember rightly. The Voyager should be on Train Sim World, the railway guy says as well. But there you go. Yep. And what route would... I'll just ask a question with that particular loco. What current route in the UK would probably suit that route? Would it be Great Western Express? Because that's the only one I could probably think of. That's actually a route I'd love to see an extension for. Maybe East Coast Way. That's also another route I'd love to see an extension for. You know me, I love that route. Oh man, if we got the vitamin cloud system on that thing and it started spiking up like hell, I'd be like, no, Monica, do not screw a route that's such an icon. By the way, folks, I forgot to... I was so rude to everybody tonight. I forgot to bring up that. G'day, mate. Every time You come along, you say, hello, Mr. Godfather. I'll bring up, g'day, mate. Do not spam it. Do not spam hello, Mr. Godfather, and because I will not continue to bring it up once, and that's it. I'll be like, g'day, mate. I'll be on the trucking action later on, Chris, as well, if you're interested in that. I wasn't planning to do ATS later tonight, actually, but yeah, I decided to put it on there. So views have been down massively lately for ATS. The views, to be honest, have been down a fair bit, actually. The whole channel through, so. This last week has. But I'm back. I've cleared my slate a bit now for the next few days for mods. I only really need to skin for trucks and trailers. I've got a couple of trucks and trailers ready to go for the next few streams anyway, so technically don't have much to do, but yeah. If I do a fair few of them, if I spend a couple of hours, get a fair few of them done, I don't have to stress as much. I can just get in and pump away on streaming. This is actually my third train live stream for the day. What the hell's going on there? I was wondering what was going on there. I thought it was blocked. I figured, hang on, don't remember seeing it like that. It looks different in this cab. Yeah, no, not a voiceover. It's just, yeah, I got to work around the buttons on. I don't want to be pressing the wrong button and it stops the stream. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm got to put him in positions where it's not going to interfere with the trains, or I could press a button and accidentally it could be an emergency button or something like that, you know, and I don't even know because we all know, you know, all the trains are different. Not so much the UK stuff, you know, like if you go to UK stuff to German stuff, I could be pressing a button and it could be, you know, pulling the pantograph down or something like that. You never know. We've got some collectibles here. Let's get out, do a wander around. One there. There. Yeah, just deciding to just do a bit of exercise here tonight. There you go. Very good. Ice cream? Yep. I call for some ice cream. What would be your flavour of choice, folks? What would you be? Boysenberry for me, and choc mint. damn fly. Got you, you bugger. Out of here. I apologise, folks. I'm going to have to go and wash my hands. At the moment, I'm just touching it like that. I'm trying to avoid not touching it with my hand. I just killed a fly and it's all over my hand. I've got to go and wash it, folks. Okay, let me just get it. I'm not even jumping or anything. I'm literally just holding it with different buttons at the moment. Oh, I can't even open and close the door. No. I can't get out of it. Alright, let's just cruise along there. I'll get it into a point where I know I'm going to cruise. Yeah, I used to have the voiceover for it as well. Just got to work. Just got to work it. So I come in like that. That's it. Okay, I did ask the railway guy what routes would suit that the Voyager. I know that there's a couple, like the North Wales. Is it the North Wales or South Wales? I think it's North Wales or South Wales. It's one or the other. So one, it does go to crew as well. That's a great route, actually. It's another route I like to see in TSW. Who's decided for the old school steam route? I'll be honest with you guys. I reckon it's going to be a pretty much of a challenge, that particular route, because of the gradients and stuff. Okay, so you're for the Napoleon ice cream. There you go. Well, I'm all for the mint, the boysenberry. I don't mind the Woolworths ones, you know, the Woolworths ones from the Cornettos or the drumsticks, you know, like the Woolworths brand ones. They're not bad. They got a big, massive, fat chocolate piece in the middle, a big one, and it's awesome. Like a big one. It's like a stick. It's awesome. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that big chunk of chocolate. Why not? And the boysenberry one, it's got the boysenberry jam. It's got jam right down the bottom of it, and like through the middle of it. But the choc mint one's got like a mousse chocolate in the middle. Oh man, it's awesome. Like chocolate fudge, very similar to that. that'd be right. I kill one fly and then another one comes along. Oh man, I can't win. Did I end up killing that other one? He probably got up and bloody started walking again, the bugger. I probably just... Yeah, I was getting plagued all last night with flies too. I'm going to do it again. Have another night again. I hate Australia. I hate Australia in summer. There's just too many flies. Come to Australia, folks, and experience the flies. They bite. Renee's, is it? Renee's, g'day to you. Thank you for joining us. G'day, mate. It's the Godfather, buddy. The Aussie Don, the Godfather, your Week 6 Train Simulator Classic Screenshot Contest winner from the Dovetail Forums. That's me. .5 miles out from our final destination here on the West Cornwall. We are heading to Germany next up, folks. We're heading to Brennan Oldenburg with a 423 action. Followed by East Coastway. Name, folks, is Scott, folks, so there you go. I don't like to be rude, so yeah, g'day, welcome aboard, thank you for joining me. G'day Max, how you going? Yeah, I responded to your post today, man. I had a look at that carefully, eh? Man, what a load of crap that is, eh? Man, I wasn't thinking, I thought the lures would be on the timetable. Man, that's BS or what? Man, you see me, I put my post up on there, I blasted it. I'm not going to hold back. I don't care if I win a screenshot contest or whatever. I actually got a warning about another post today, actually, from him. I'm thinking, what? Didn't have a go at anyway. What, just because I speak truth, you have a win, Jimmy? Oh, come on. Yeah, I read it. All right. You know, it adds up to, you know, like I like to see the statics of the CSXs, and remember the M-Trax 1000 was in it originally? I said to my viewers that there could be a chance that they could end up doing the extension later on and end up take the Hell's Gate Bridge side of it, and everything comes back into it later on, and they bring back the freight services, and then maybe they'll think about bringing the lures in then. Or maybe they'll listen to us now and actually do a southeastern high speed to it, and they'll do it. See, this is what pees me off about Dovetail these days. And back in the days, we used to have 2 previews, and we used to have a preview a couple of weeks before a release. Yeah, we used to have a first preview, then they would get feedback off the players, and then they would come back and do a second preview. And ever since Sam stepped down from the roadmap, ever since Sam, all right, stepped back and stopped doing a lot of streaming now with Dovetail. As you know, you only see him do 4-up challenges and a couple little bits here and there. You never see him on the forums pages or anything anymore, like he used to. Ever since he stepped back, that's when the ship started going downhill. And everyone says it's rush hour. It wasn't rush hour. It was when Sam stepped back. When they dropped Sam off the cliff, that's when it started dropping. The roadmap changed. Everything changed. The roadmap was Sam's idea originally. And even Sam said it years ago that there's a memory issue, and it's going to end up biting him in the bum. Well, what do you think all these issues are happening? That's probably one of the reasons why they're scared to put in the lure, because they're worried that it's going to cause a big issue. And yeah, Sunny Yard really needs to, like, look at the difference between Sunny Yard and the skyline in the background in Train Simulator. Looks absolutely fantastic in Train Simulator. And I was saying to my viewers earlier today about this on another live stream that I did. You weren't on that one. I said that look, for instance, the Brighton Main Line around the London region and everything. You see the skyline in the background and everything. The London skyline and all that. You don't see that in Train Simulator. Yeah, I want it to be awesome as well. Look, I'll be honest. I can see that a lot of people have gotten into the voting for it. I've seen there was over 80% of the people that want it to be changed. And yeah, Dovetail need to really look at it. And it's true. Yeah, the other routes, you know, especially the German stuff. The amount of content that comes over from other routes for German stuff. Man. I actually had one of my viewers today actually say that Braden, actually, he's a big fan. He does rail fanning. He's from the US, and he was saying today that he wants to see the Super Voyager M-Track Amtrak with the Super Voyager added to. He wants to see the Empire route actually added to the game. Then he told me the kilometers, and I thought, that's a bit too much. I thought, yeah, maybe half of it, yeah, but not all of it. It's out of Dale's ballpark for Trade Sidwell. Empire Corridor, that's the one. He wants to see the Empire Corridor. And he told me the Amtrak's has evolved 100. It's, yeah, apparently it's old school. So. Yeah, well, you know, it was clear even with Harlem Line. Like, all us hardcores wanted it to go to Southeast. It didn't go to Southeast. You know? And they even said, why didn't it go to Southeast? Because they'd clearly seen at the forum, the people were asking, why is it not going to Southeast? Why is it not going to Southeast? Could have easily put the M8 on there as well as an extra DLC, and you could have made more money, Dovetail, but nah. But yeah, we have a thing called extensions now. So if you're going to do an extension for a route, that's the one you got to do. You got to do Harlem Line. When you do these so-called fixes coming up, you got to do the extension, and you got to bring the M8 in. And obviously the new lighting system, Vitamin Clouds. But yeah, it would make sense for them to actually do that. And yeah, do the right thing and listen to the people. I just don't understand. Why are they in the scenarios? They're not in... Alright, we won't be able to drive them, but obviously, you know, you can throw them in there in the AI system. And this is where it proves that Joe didn't build this timetable. Joe didn't build this timetable at all. There's no way in the world he would have only done 200 something services. Knowing Joe, he would have done... we all know what he did for Brighton Mainline. So... It's even, you know, even the Brighton Main Line, you know, might have other layers and stuff, but, you know, there's a lot missing. Don't worry about that. There is tons of trains missing that go on the Brighton Main Line. A lot more. Class 700 on the top of the list. Yeah, and they wouldn't say nothing. Yep, they never do. They never do. Yeah, because they keep it hush-hush. And they don't answer the serious, the hardcore questions. They never have. They've always avoided the hardcore questions. It's not going to flag me in a way, like, as a streamer, it's... I haven't pre-ordered it yet, I'll be honest. I haven't pre-ordered. But I'm definitely going to be... I'm live with it. There's no hesitation there. I'm definitely going with it. Alright, there we go with our trip there. That damn fly is still hanging around. I am going to smack... Man. Oh, man. I killed how many flies last night? And there's more of them now. Alright, there we go with the off the rails scenario, and I can now cross that one off my list. Beautiful. Done. What's that one I did? Oh, yep, I did that one earlier today. I can cross that one off as well. Polar Express on the Brighton Mainline tomorrow night. We've got a steam train for midweek World of Trains tomorrow night, folks. Episode 114. And we have the North London for Monday, next Monday for All Aboard. Don't forget, All Aboard will be on Sunday as well with Train Simulator. And yeah, that stream you weren't on with me today, Max. I'm pretty sure, was it the Northeast Corridor or was it the Brighton Main Line? I know you're with one of the streams, but anyway. Right. Brendan Molenberg. Is it a 425? What did I say? 423? Did I? Did I say 423? I do apologize, folks. Sometimes my head goes crazy. All right. Let's do let's do a thunderstorm. Why not? It'll probably be lagging like crazy on this, but anyway, we'll see. Soon find out. Yeah, look. To be honest, there's red flags all over the whole entire game. Like, I keep saying to people, until we get Unreal Engine 5, then if they do it exactly like the bus did, it'll be way better. Mate, I always speak up, man. I'm a veteran of Train Sim World. You know, I come from the original Train Sim World. You know, I started playing this game at a mate's house. He had it when it was known as CSX Heavy Haul. It was only CSX Heavy Haul when it first ever started. And I even know the history of the game, that Sandpatch Grade wasn't even the original choice for the first ever route. So, yeah, you're talking to a veteran. I played at a mate's house. I'm like, oh, is this ever going to get a console? Because at the time I didn't have PC or anything. I only had console. I'm like, oh, I hope this gets a console. He's like, yeah, it might. It's got a lot of potential. And I'm like, yeah. And this was back in the days. It's like, yeah. Well, no, I should have avoided getting involved in this. But anyway, I'm a rail fan. Like, I knew nothing about Train Simulator or anything at that time. Like, yeah. I actually had a lot of issues on my old PC with Train Simulator, and that's why I avoided it. But I ended up committing when it went to Train Simulator 2022, I think it is. And then it changed to Train Sim Classic a few months later, I think 6 months later or something. The one thing that really pees me off about Dovetail with Train Sim World 3 is that at the release of Train Sim World 3, we had these incredible close lightning bolt shots in thunderstorms. And now we only get thunder. Do we see lightning all over the place like we did at launch? No, we do not. And this is where I call in for them to bring in a slider, where we can choose if we can have the lightning close to the tracks and everything like we did at launch, and how sick were the lightning shots and the screenshots that we could take. Man, I got some incredible screenshots. And if you go back and look at my showcase video I did at the end of last year on my YouTube channel with the great screenshots I took out for the first few months of the release, man, there's some mad photos. First time I experienced the real close lightning was on the Valencia corridor on the game, and oh man, I was blown away on it. Oh man, you should have seen, like, I got the full replay on my channel, and I'm there just having an orgy over it almost. That's how good it was. It was like, wow, this is absolutely sick. One of the wishes I had on my list was for them to put thunderstorms with lightning bolts and everything in the game. But then when they did that, I was like, oh yes, I finally got my wish. And then they'd taken it away from us, and I'm thinking, why? Why did they do that? Nobody, as far as I know, nobody was whinging about that. I'm thinking, why would they do that? I had no issues with it. I had no red flag or anything from it. Yeah, I know. I've never shut up about it. I've talked about it for years and years, and I wasn't even on the forums there for a while because I just went in there and kept checking it and everything, and my original account actually got banned. So I just decided not even bother and to do an account because I replied to Matt actually on one thing I think was going on at the time, and I just speak my mind, and they don't like the truth. They just do not like the truth. Yep, almost 6 years I've trained SimWorld now, and I am definitely going to say it. And all I can say is that Dovetail games are all about the money. If it was technically what it's supposed to be, Train Sim World, we would have other countries the size of USA, Germany, and Spain. Germany and UK. We would have Japan, China, Japan, China, Australia, New Zealand, Brazil, Italy, France, Canada passenger routes. We would have Spain, you know what I mean? Poland, Switzerland, Austria. You know, there's plenty of other countries that have some awesome trains. And India is another great country that has awesome trains. I'll tell you right now, one of the famous trains that I like is from India, and it's known as the Madarata. And it's a 5-day journey, and it goes to New Delhi, and it's absolutely awesome. Watched an incredible documentary on that one. So my ambition is if I ever win the lotto or anything, I'm going to be doing a world tour of the best trains in the world. Best train routes, best train tracks. Yeah, best routes in the world, best train. My ultimate train that I would love to drive, I wish I could drive it, but the ultimate train experience I would love to go on is the ICE. I'm a big fan of German rail. I love German rail, and ICE is right up there. It's my highest bucket list. For me to do US, obviously Northeast Corridor. I want to do Northeast Corridor, but I would like to actually, and when it gets, I'd like to be in the USA when they have the launch of the California High Speed route that's getting built. So, yeah, I'd like to see that. And I like to think Dovetail at one stage are actually going to upgrade the Peninsula Corridor, because that's part of the California High Speed. And the Peninsula Corridor part currently actually is stations are getting redeveloped, and they're electrifying the route finally, and a lot of the crossings have been taken out and flyovers have been completed. So apparently that part of it alone is going to be 20 minutes less than what it currently is. So there you go. And you wonder why, folks, I'm not a Dovetail ambassador, because I speak my mind. You won't see the British Ace. You won't see Joe getting out there and bad mouthing it, do you? No? Because I must protect my 10,000 subs. Even though I knew him before he bloody had 1,000. And before he's an ambassador for Dovetail too. There's thunder again. Where's the lightning? Where's the lightning? Yep, and that's the way they do it now. They do previews a couple of days before release. Where back in the days, I think the last ever one they actually did it with was Southeastern High Speed, I know Southeastern High Speed had 2 previews, and I think I remember rightly that was the last time they actually changed a hell of a lot after the first preview. That's what I would like to see him go back to. A first preview, get feedback off the community, and then bring a second preview a week later or 2 weeks later, and then they've gotten the feedback off players and they've done things to improve it, and then we'll be like, oh, this is definitely way better. I'm very satisfied. Because I remember Southeastern High Speed when they did that, and it was a massive improvement to what it originally was going to be. Yeah, and look at it, it's become one of the all-time great routes of Train Sim World. I'm not sure if they're going to preview everything in one go, though. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how much of the preview are they going to show? Surely they're not going to sit there for 4 hours or 5 hours to do a preview. I just like to see the live chat actually get spammed with hashtag bring loads into timetable. You remember I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, folks, but a long time ago when Owen Hart was alive and he was part of the Nation of Domination back in the Attitude Era, his first words in his theme song was enough is enough and it's time for a change. Well, that is Dovetail Games right there and there. And I am calling for Matt's head. It's time for a new leader. I've seen tons of other people around, like over the course of the last year and a half, 2 years. Even us, when we going to get a new French route, for instance, when we going to see more French content, when are we going to see new countries in this? When we going to finally get signal issues fixed up? When are we going to have a proper NPC system? You know what the NPC system and I played SimRail, yeah, and I love how the passengers go onto the train and you see them walk down the corridor and actually get on a seat, and then you actually, when they want to get off the train, you see them get off their seat, walk down the corridor and wait for the doors to open. I love that system. I reckon it's so cool. It's so well done. Give me a second. I can't talk at the moment. I'll have to call you back and run. Oh, give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I had to take that call. Yeah, so... Yeah, we just need voices. We need voices to stand up. And, hey, we know by now... This is what Dovetail is, alright? This is what Dovetail is, actually. They're just, you know, sitting here and they look at the chat and they'll be like, headphones on. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a fix coming for that. 18 months later. Yeah, still waiting on it. For instance, I'll give you another one, alright? Another one. On the roadmap, how long has the Train Sim Germany add-on for the Munich Osberg been sitting on the roadmap? How long has it been sitting on the roadmap for? Hang on, 18 plus months later. Still sitting there on the roadmap, still no date for the release. And yet they're doing a route? Yeah. And all of a sudden we get an announcement for NEC New York to return, and alright, I always told my viewers, I always knew that it'll be copy-paste and all this is going to be put back in the game, but we had to wait until we could actually rebuild it all with, we're going to call it a extension. I reckon us players that actually purchase the original New Northeast Corridor should be actually getting a 50% discount on actually less than more than 50% discount actually. Yeah, I know what you mean. Exactly, yeah. Like, it's laughable because you think, like, when are they... It proves that they got spastics working for them. When is somebody going to get in there that's actually, you know, got a brain and seriously is a train fan, not a I think I'm all high and mighty because I've just come out of my mum, just come off my mum's titty, and I've come off, and I've been in college, yeah, or uni, whatever they want to call it. Anyway, we'll soon find out what happens with the response of everybody for them to bring the alert into the timetable. That is the definite massive one. Both M3 and M7. Yeah. Oh, here comes the polygon. That was also another surprise, wasn't it? That release, wasn't it? We didn't know nothing about that. That wasn't on the roadmap or anything. But all of a sudden, just comes out of the middle of nowhere. We're going to release this one. I guarantee if this was the original start of Train Sim World 3, there would have been heaps of lightning bolts by now. I would have had to go 20 to see if I was on the... It always lags around here, folks, which but obviously I explained to you guys that's an Unreal Engine 4 issue. Unreal Engine 5 will say smooth all that out. Oh yeah, look at the amount of detail. But you can also see the lag, like, look how much it drops the frames. So it's currently at 26 frames, and that's just dropped 3% for me. It's dropped from the 64 frames I was on before down to 32 just now, 29. Alright, there we go. Alright, lovely, lovely. Very nice. 4,280, very nicely done indeed. Brendan Nolenberg action, and we shall now stop our riding and concentrate on the rest of the game. Folks, let's just enjoy the rest of what we have here. Folks, we've set our 2 bod, and that's that we'll leave it with that. Hopefully they they do see it on the forum. But anyway, I would definitely encourage everybody, because it's going to be on overnight our time here in Australia, and I'm not going to be able to get to the preview live because it's at a ridiculous hour here in Australia. I encourage you that all that can get to it to get on there and not blast them, but put it in a polite way and tell them your frustration that you need to add the lure and all the things that we've talked about on the forums about what needs to be done to make this route come alive. Because trust me, you want to pay we pay almost $70 Australian dollar or $60 Australian dollar for DLCs, yeah, here in Australia. So we pay really a hell of a lot of money for DLCs now. Where recently Steam dropped up the price for almost $20, and we're getting terrible quality still. No improvement. So we want value for money. You know what I mean? So speak your mind. All right. I'm going to the all-time greatest route of train sim world history, the East Coast Way. This is what got me started, folks. Technically, this is what really got me going. All right, let's take the WY Metro this time around. We'll do a... Oh, we've got some time, haven't we? Brighton to Lewis. Nice, beautiful June clear day. All right. It's been very wet here in Sydney this morning. It was, but cleared up quite well this afternoon. It's currently nice and cool, and 20 Celsius. All right. My favourite route. Here we go. I will definitely not be complaining about this one. Got the enhancement on again. Yeah, and the reason why is because the Ocello has been a highly requested logo for Train Sim World for a very long time, and that's the only reason why they've taken it that way. But as I explained, there is room for improvement in the future. So yeah, don't think it's not over if they don't do it now at launch, because there's also room for extension to bring back the other part of the portion of the Northeast Corridor that they've taken away from us. There's that option. There's the option to extend it to Philadelphia if they wanted to later on. And yeah, but I think it makes more sense to bring back the Northeast Corridor, the Hell's Gate side of it. Bring back the freight services that are originally in it. Bring back the Amtrak 1000 that was originally in it. And also then they can do the lure services at the Northeast Corridor. Down at the Penn Station. The RA Godfather. Anyway, we'll leave it at that now. Let's concentrate on enjoying this. London Road next up, folks. London Road. Had some amazing screenshots throughout the years on that particular section. I lost a lot of my screenshots actually on my old PC. That was the sad thing about it. I had heaps more of a collection, but yeah, I think I got some in my hard drives though. I'm not 100% certain if I've got all of them, but I know I have got some in the hard drives. I've taken out of old PCs. Let's see if the jetpack issue happens. It does happen at this station from time to time now. No, they're all just going to come flying off the train. Let me shut the door on them. That's one of the other issues a lot of people are complaining about is NPCs always come flying off the train either at the start of a service or the next station, and you find no more after that. Now, the only thing I can also bring it down to for the lures not being in it as well is that it's because of the memory bay that is allowed per route. It's like American Truck Simulator. If you go over that memory bay, the game crashes on you. You know what I mean? So they've got to take all that into consideration, and I think it also pans down to them not being on Unreal Engine 5, and also because they're on the older gen console still. So I think if they went only next gen and PC only, that might be a different story. But this is where it should be, where the PC game is superior to the console game, where the PC version would have all these extra layers, and the console version might not. Shame that the console players might not get that experience, but hey, PC's where the big boys play.
Welcome aboard the Southern Service. Please ensure you are traveling in the correct part of the train. Please mind the gap between the platform and the train.
Oi, Max, do you know what button it is actually to set the to actually set that instead of doing it manually? I've never really used it on this Loco, but yes, is it the same buttons as it is for the German RFB? AFB? What did I say? RFB? Lol. AFB. I'll check it while I'm here at the station. That's not. There we go. Okay, it's R and F, and then I'm trying to think what other button. Yeah, I never used it either. It's just cruise control. Got it on now. Yeah, I thought I'll give cruise control a go actually, because I've always wanted to try it. See what it's like. Yeah, of course. It's because it's their job to shut up. That's why they get paid very handsomely. Yeah, I understand that. You know, like if they're gonna obviously it's their job, so. You know, if you were getting, say if Dovetail gave you, if you're making maybe, say, 10,000, 15,000 a month or 20,000 a month, you'll be like, oh yes, of course I'm going to shut up. But if you give me $5,000 a month, I'll still say, yep, no worries. It's all right, $5,000 a month for not saying nothing and sitting on my bum. Yeah, I'll take that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, one good simulator I would say that's always been good, and that's City Skylines. How bad do we need a City Skylines 2A? That's how I got into simulation. I've been in simulation since 1989. The first ever simulator I picked up was SimCity, the original SimCity. And then, yeah, I got really hooked when SimCity 2000 got released. I still remember that $500,000 password to this day. Work. Oh well. There is some amazing people amongst the community that do some amazing mods for Train Sim World as well. So it does approve some things in the game as well. You know, like for instance, with the UK stuff, you know, we've got an incredible crew with London Midland and the boys. They do amazing work. You know, so yeah. Let's just hope they listen to the community, Max says, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're praying, don't worry about that. Oh, don't worry, it'll fall in deaf ears like always. Don't be surprised if it does. Trust me, as a veteran of the game, I don't see there being anything changed. The only reason they did it for Southeastern High Speed is because, oh, it's our route. Because we live right next to it, we must do it, or we're going to get in trouble. You know what I mean? That's why I say sometimes the train simulator is way superior. Or realities. Life trains. It's the best experience. We've still got a bit of time. We still got a bit of time. Bit me or something? No, it's a pimple. That'll be right. So I'm stressing. Alright, there we go with that one. That should be a gold medal. No surprise there. Yep, of course. No worries. I should know that. It's the East Coast way. Alright, let's finish things off, ladies and gentlemen, with a nice little trip on the Ralu Austin action, bringing you the action of one of the best routes of German rail, and we are doing a 422, and let's hit it up on. I'm getting close to freaking finishing everything, aren't I? God damn it! Oh yep, here we go with 14 hours 09. Nice clear date. April the 14th. Enjoy. So our final run on this week's midweek World of Trains, folks. Do apologise to everybody that has had to put up with our battering about going on about the Northeast Corridor, folks. But yeah, we are rail fans. Remember that we are rail fans. We are true rail fans, well, I'm a hardcore, long-time train sim world driver. I've been playing this game for a very long time, and for one, I'm trying to make aware and make the community aware that we are trying to make this game perfect. You know, we're trying to make it prove it. But so Dovetail need to start listening to the community even more than what they currently so-called think they are, and actually, you know, have a level playing field across the field. Doesn't matter what country. We are doing R48 service. I think the R48 is not on this one actually. It's Rapital. We'll go with that, even though we're coming out of Rapital, but anyway. PCB. Air conditioning. In real life, okay, that's really cool, man. Yeah, it's got that that tramp, that little thing on the cable car thing on the side there. It's really, really cool. Airlift, whatever you want to call it. Suspension railway. Ah, as a drivable. Ah, yeah, yes. Yeah, you could say the same with the tram line they've added recently to Glasgow as well. Which, speaking of the London Midland and the crew, they've done some things with that actually as well. I still haven't had the opportunity to get back onto it. I think I've only showcased it the one time since they released it actually. I might do that tomorrow actually. I'll see how I go for time. I might have some company here tomorrow, but not sure yet. Yeah, this route's grown on me over the years. It's one of the all-time great German routes in Train Sim World. There's the suspension cable over there, actually. I had a feeling that acknowledgement was coming up. Okay. Acknowledgement. See where that 500 is. I guess that's it. This one disappear as well. I think that might be the 500 actually. Yeah, well, I triggered it. What are you talking about? I triggered it. Man, every time. Bugger. Every time I get screwed up on that. And I got a silver because of that. Anyway, doesn't matter. You wonder why I don't use PZB, because it's broken. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this week's edition of Choo Choo Tuesdays, episode 108. We'll be back tomorrow with episode 114 of Midweek World of Trains. Do join us. We are heading tomorrow to the Brighton main line and taking a steam locomotive, the Creators Club scenario of off the rails action as we take the Polar Express down the line. That's what it's going to be known as, the Polar Express. So we're going to be doing that one. And what else do we have on the cards tomorrow? We have some more German action and God knows what. Can't remember what else is on the show. But anyway, do join us for that. We're live from 8 p.m. in Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Hobart, 7 p.m. Queensland, 7:30 p.m. South Australia, 10 p.m. New Zealand, 6:30 p.m. in Northern Territory, 5 p.m. in Western Australia. International viewers, 9 a.m. UK, 10 a.m. Germany, 4 a.m. Boston, 1 a.m. Los Angeles. Do join us for another 2 hours of Train Sim World free here at Australia's home to Train Sim World Australia. Worldwide Gaming with yours truly, the Aussie Don, your Week 6 Train Simulator Classic winner of the screenshot contest. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.